been through a few of these before, but what do you look for your first day out there? Just and what's the feeling like?
It's fun. It's exciting to play baseball again. Honestly, I just try to hit the ball hard. I just try to make sure that I'm seeing the ball as well as I can. I know it is early, but just to make sure that kind of I can make sure that I'm understanding the pitch, understanding my swing, and just hitting the ball hard.
What's the biggest difference moving from live BP to a game situation?
I mean, it's an atmospheric one. There's not an L screen. There's another guy out there in another jersey as opposed to your own. It's a live game as opposed to a live BP where guys might not be, that they might be scared to throw inside or not do what they would normally do because they don't want to hit anybody or whatever the case. So, in a live game, I mean, it's a live game with 100% intensity.
Thanks, George.
Yep.
Go ahead, Shay.
Thanks, Rod. Hey, George, thanks for doing this, man. You mentioned wanting to hit the ball hard and sort of tracking pitches, but as the spring progresses, do you start taking certain at bats where you maybe want to track a specific pitch, like I want to get my timing right on a slider, so maybe you'll sort of hunt a pitch like that, or do you generally just do see ball hit ball?
I generally just see the ball and hit the ball. I think as spring training goes along, you're not facing a new guy every inning. You're starting to face the same guy over and over again. So sequences are starting to change. The game plans are slowly starting to change. So as the spring progresses, it becomes more of a season-like feel, facing a starter for 3 at bats as opposed to 1. So I like to just be simple, but kind of adjust as I go.
And just a bit more on a sort of global level for you personally, as you're sort of adjusting to all the new around you and learning all the patterns of a new club, just how are you feeling in terms of, is it still a little bit weird coming to the ballpark, putting on these colors? Are you starting to gain a little bit of normalcy? How is that transition process like for you?
I want to give a lot of credit to the guys that are in the clubhouse. I feel very welcomed here. I get to the park every day excited, just to kind of understand how the guys work, kind of how the clubhouse vibe is each and every day, starting to understand what time guys are getting to the ballpark every day, the stuff that they like to do. So it's been fun for me, to learn and to watch. And again, I have to earn the respect of the clubhouse, and it's fun to kind of just sit there and just kind of watch and listen.
And did you take a look at yourself in the uniform on the field today? And did that seem a little strange to have these different colors and no orange and the dark blue from the other side?
Yeah, I actually, when I put the jersey on for the first time, I kind of looked down, and it was a little weird, just because I've been so accustomed, to the same thing for basically my whole career. But it's a new opportunity. I'm excited about it, and I had a lot of fun out there today, and it's an honor to do it, man. I had a lot of fun.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Your turn, Hazel.
Hi, George. Similar to what Shai was asking you, your first spring game wearing a different uniform, were your emotions a little different? Were there butterflies in your stomach as you're stepping into the box?
A tiny bit. I get excited every spring. The first at bat in a live game. It is weird. This is completely new to me. But I got to let that go. I got to go out there and I got to play and I got to perform. And I have to understand that is my job to perform. Part of the guys that are in the locker room. I really like the blue. It's a good color. So it was a little weird, but I'm kind of over it. It's fun. And I enjoy it.
Charlie suggested that you might be ready to play the outfield in your next game. Where are you with that? He says you're very routine oriented. What tells you that you'd like to, be out there in center field?
Besides my brain, I listen to my body. I understand my body to some degree now. So I feel good. I feel great. I'm ready to go. So hopefully the next time I play, whenever that is, I'll be in the outfield. I'll be ready to go.
Thank you, George.
Your turn, Laura.
Hey, George, thanks for taking the time. You mentioned when you came and joined the Blue Jays that one of the reasons you wanted to be here was because of the young core. What's it like to now be working alongside them? What are you seeing from them?
It's awesome. I think these guys, a lot of people will say that they're young, but I think that they're advanced for their age. I was having a conversation today and you just kind of realize the talent it takes to play at this level at age 21, at age 22. It's beyond impressive to be in the big leagues at this young and to do the things that all these guys who can do. So it's been fun. I've obviously been on the other side and I could watch it and I could see it, and now I'm on the same side and it's a fun clubhouse, a fun atmosphere, but all these guys are great players and a lot of fun to be around.
Is there anything that has surprised you about them? Do you think that they've lived up to the billing in terms of their play? I think it's a very, very early, but I think the one thing that I can tell, at least, from a guy that's been on the other side, is that they are advanced in their preparation, advanced in kind of how they work, kind of understanding what they need to do, having a conversation about what they're going to do with a certain ground ball, or, what time they're going to be at the park tomorrow to take optional ball, just stuff like that. And I know it's early, but I'm very excited. I can see that the talent's there, the ethics there, that they're ready to work hard every day. And it's awesome to see. Great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, next we'll go to Arden.
Hey, George. Just from your experience going through spring trainings throughout your career, are there certain aspects to hitting in the box that sort of come quickly when you're ramping back up, or maybe take a bit more time, thinking about, picking up the ball out of the hand and reactions and timing and things like that?
I think every spring is different for me. I can't speak for anybody else. I just like to make sure that I'm understanding the pitch, I'm processing the pitch. A big thing in spring training for me is not being concerned about the results, but it's about the process. And how did I get to, say, a fly ball out? Well, what was wrong with my swing? Did I, what was I late? What was I on time? That's what I like to do during spring. I think every player's different, so there are certain things that they may be able to do well that I may not be able to do. But I just want to make sure, that I can concentrate on understanding the pitch, processing the pitch, and making sure, I can try to hit it hard at all times. It's not going to happen, but that's my thought process.
And throughout your career, has there been sort of an ideal amount of plate appearances that you find it kind of takes in spring to get yourself feeling right for opening day?
I think, again, it's individualized and it varies. I like to get as many live at bats as I can. Whether that's in a game, that's on a backfield one day, whatever the case. Just because I'd rather over prepare than under prepare. I don't really have a number on at bats that I like or want or need. I'm just gonna go, and then whenever it's time for opening day, hopefully I can make an adjustment, and then there's another adjustment from there, because obviously the third deck is there, different atmospheres, different pressures. So, that's a adjustment as well.
Cool. Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, back to Hazel.
Hey, George, we saw footage of you talking to Gurriel and Guerrero pregame on the field, and I think you were walking up with Austin Martin to the dugout pregame. Are there common themes to what the younger guys like to talk to you about or ask about?
No, I mean, it could be anything from what do I like to do, or, why do I like to do it? To just, hey, I'm going to try to hit, a fastball today, hard. It's fun, to sit there, to talk and just kind of listen to what guys say. And, I've played again on the other sideline. So now that I get to see it and kind of listen to it firsthand, it's fun, but I learned from them as well. I've learned a lot just by watching, Vladdy hit and Bo hit, just kind of how that they like to understand things and to pick their brain and kind of understand what they're thinking at the time. It's awesome to do.
Great. Thanks, George. Stay well.
Yep. Thank you.